My dad canceled my wedding saying, "We're not funding this circus." Then the venue called him next day. The phone call came at 7:23 a.m., 3 weeks before my wedding. Dad's voice was stern. "Lily, come to the house now." I walked into my childhood home. Mom sat rigid. Dad stood by the fireplace. Jessica lounged with her smirk. "Sit down, Lily," Dad commanded. I remained standing. "What's this about?" "Your wedding," Mom said coldly. "We're not paying for this circus anymore." $75,000 for one day? "It's excessive," Dad said. "We agreed on the budget," I said quietly. Jessica looked up. "That was before we realized how much you were wasting. Like that $4,000 dress," Mom interjected. "Who needs crystal centerpieces?" Dad crossed his arms. "John works at a nonprofit. No ambition, no real income. Maybe you should reconsider," Mom added. "You want me to call off my wedding?" "Find someone who can actually afford the lifestyle you expect," Dad said. Jessica snorted. "Living in that tiny apartment really screams high expectations." Dad pulled out a folder. "I've called the venue, canceled everything. Deposits are forfeited." My stomach dropped. "You canceled my wedding venue?" "Our name was on the contracts," Mom said. "We had every right." "The caterer too," Jessica added. "And photographer. And florist. 8 months of planning. All gone." "I can't believe you did this. Next time, think before planning something beyond your means," Dad said. "Understood," I said simply. They expected tears, arguments. Instead, I gave them nothing and left. The drive back was surreal. 23 years old, MBA from Northwestern, secretly running a $2.8 billion hospitality empire. And my parents canceled my wedding because they thought I couldn't afford it. I'd built Phoenix Hospitality Group from nothing. I owned 17 luxury venues, including the Grandmont Estate, the exact venue where my wedding was supposed to take place. My parents had no idea their daughter owned the most exclusive wedding venue in the city. The next morning, my phone rang. "Lily, what the hell is going on?" Dad was screaming. "The venue called. They can't refund our deposits because the owner personally canceled it." I sipped my coffee. "That's interesting. This is $7,500. The owner specifically requested the Smith family receive no refund." Through my window, I could see the Grandmont Estate. "The owner's decision is final," I said. "How do you know what the owner decided?" "Lucky guess. We need that money back." "Do you know how much $7,500 is?" I almost laughed. Dad was panicking over $7,500 while sitting miles from my headquarters where I'd signed a $340 million deal last week. "It's probably not much to the owner," I said. "They make that in 6 minutes." "How could you know?" His voice cut off. "What's the company that owns Grandmont Estate?" Dad asked quietly. "Phoenix Hospitality Group." Silence. "What's your last name?" "Legally Smith. Professionally, Lily Phoenix." "Lily Phoenix? The businesswoman who owns half the venues in the city?" "That's right," I heard him calling Mom. "Margaret, Lily's Lily Phoenix. There's been a misunderstanding." Dad's voice shook. "We had no idea you were successful. You never asked. We can fix this. Uncancel everything." "With what money? You said you couldn't afford it. That was before we knew you could pay." "Dad, if I were still regular Lily, would you have apologized for humiliating me, for canceling my wedding?" "Lily, please, no. You would have let me stay heartbroken and felt good about it." Mom got on. "There's been a miscommunication. We're proud of you." "Are you proud of the business or the money? Yesterday, you told me to find someone who could afford me. What changed? Now, we know you can afford yourself. I'm not reinstating the wedding. I'm not giving back deposits. I'm not pretending this never happened." 6 months later, Dad sent a 3-page apology mentioning my business acumen 14 times. He requested a meeting. I replied, "Some bridges once burned cannot be rebuilt." Jessica asked for a job through LinkedIn. I forwarded her resume to HR. File under do not hire. The wedding was perfect. John and I exchanged vows overlooking the lake, surrounded by 127 people who genuinely cared. My phone had 47 missed calls from family. I deleted them all. They taught me unconditional love is only unconditional if it doesn't depend on your bank account. My wedding was exactly the circus they said. A beautiful celebration of two people who chose each other without conditions. And I paid for every penny.